Women's Health Wednesday now. It's Menopause Awareness Month, and while this subject used to be taboo and rarely talked about, it is now being openly discussed more. And Dr. Brooke Lamparello, an OBGYN with St. Peter's Health Partners, joins us now to help educate women about this natural part of aging that comes with many physical and emotional changes and challenges. Doctor, thanks for coming in again.
Thanks for having me.
Always good to have you here.
It's a great topic.
Oh, yes, and it needs to be talked about more, right?
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk first, because we know this is part of aging for women, but the age range here can be different for different women. So talk to us about that and the stages. There's 3 stages.
Yes. So there's 3 stages of this transition, and they can start as early as your 40s, early 40s. Women can start having the symptoms of perimenopause, but still have regular periods.
Okay.
And that time, it can start at any point in time and can last for several years. Menopause itself, we define as a period of time where you have gone 12 months without a period.
Okay.
And then after that 12-month period, you go from being menopausal to postmenopausal, which is where you no longer have periods.
Do you have symptoms potentially in all 3 stages?
Yep, you can have symptoms at none of the stages, at all 3 stages, or only at some of the stages.
Wow, and they can be just as pronounced in all 3? I mean, so it varies from woman to woman.
Yes.
Right? And that's what is
Exactly.
challenging about this.
Exactly.
So what are the most common symptoms of perimenopause, where you're just kind of getting started here, at least what some people experience?
Right, so some of the classic symptoms that we think about are things like the hot flashes, the night sweats, the mood changes. You know, you can feel more irritable or more short with friends and family and coworkers. And some of the things can be a little bit more subtle, things such as like joint aches, joint pains, feeling more fatigued, having more difficulty sleeping, staying asleep, more anxiety. There are so many different, even things as subtle as like drier skin can be associated.
Interesting. I've also read about hair. That can be another factor as well.
Yep, hair thinning, hair loss, changes in hair and skin texture. These are all things that we know can occur with this transition in time that we haven't always recognized.
Right, and now we are. So what can we do? Because certainly it's not a one-size-fits-all, that's very clear.
Right.
So what are the treatment options here? Because there's more than one. A lot of people may be familiar with one, but not others.
Right, so the biggest treatment option that people think about is hormone replacement therapy.
Right.
But hormone replacement therapy isn't always appropriate for everyone, and sometimes people have health conditions that they can't take hormone replacement therapy.
Okay.
But there are ranges of medications that weren't always traditionally used in women's health or for menopause that can be used to treat these symptoms.
So what are some of those other options? And are we just finding out about these, or have they been around for a while and they're just being recommended more for women as women are speaking up more now about their issues?
It's actually a little combination of both. We're recognizing that there are some new medications. There are medications that have traditionally been used for things like anxiety and depression and seizure disorders. And now we're finding more and more, as we are studying more and more about menopause and this transition, that these medications can be helpful for women.
That's great. So again, this all starts with a conversation with your doctor. You have to say, what can I do here?
Right, correct.
Yeah.
It all starts with a conversation of this is what's going on, what can we do, and creating a very individualized, tailored treatment plan to help you.
Yeah, you don't just have to accept it. You basically need to speak up and say, you know, what are my options? Real quick, we talked about hormone replacement therapy. There have been concerns in the past by some. What do you say to women who may say, oh, I don't know if that's right for me? Again, I guess it's all about that conversation again.
Right, it's all about their personal history, their concerns, their family history. One of the biggest things is breast cancer.
Right.
And some of the newer data does support that it is safe for women without a significantly elevated risk.
Great to talk with you about this. We'll have you in again, as we always do, for a number of different topics. Appreciate your time as always.
Thank you.
So important that we continue this conversation, particularly about menopause. For more resources and to find all of our Women's Health Wednesday segments online, go to news10.com. Look for Women's Health under the Community tab. We'll be right back.